Welcome back guys to my channel. My name is Mystic, and in today's video we are going to discuss how to find projects with long-term potential. So before I get started, I want to dive into some Dune analytics, look at the OpenSea volume, see how things are currently. And what we can see is that yesterday we did about 92 million trading volume on OpenSea, which is, pretty good. Like, we're getting back there for sure. As you know, if you compare it with the bottom that we reached on, let's say, the 6th of March, where we did like 51 million trading volume on OpenSea, we're definitely getting back to our previous all-time high. At least that's what I hope, of course. So, keep that in mind. NFTs are, they're trading more, and it's looking good. So also what you can see, if we look at OpenSea, the top collections over the last 7 days, number one, World of Woman Galaxy. The World of Woman Galaxy launched, I think, last week. They're at a 1.35 ETH floor, which is great. What I noticed is that the blue chips are doing very well. Like, they've been holding on pretty steadily. If you look at the Bored Apes are chilling at 109 ETH floor GD. Azukis are also holding on pretty strong at 17.65. CloneX 14.6. What you can see is Imposters Genesis that launched this week, 2.23 ETH floor. Congrats to Elliot for his amazing project that he launched. And what I noticed is that the blue chips are holding on pretty strong, and it's mainly in the the smaller projects where there are still a lot of NFT flippers left. So they are the ones pushing the floor down, and that's definitely what I've noticed is in the last period. Normally you would see like blue chip projects like bleed out a little bit more, but what we've seen in the last few weeks is that they've been bought up and are holding on very strong, in my opinion. Also Doodles at 13.4, so that's great to see. That's definitely something like investors are getting smarter for sure. So what I mean with that is that those projects with strong fundamentals and strong values and like really good communities, they are definitely, people see what those teams are building. And yeah, it's just a very positive thing to see that the projects during times of low liquidity or low volume on OpenSea, the newer projects have a really hard time to grow. But it's also a good thing, because in times of low liquidity or low volume, those projects with less strong fundamental values are they're just getting wrecked. So the projects that survive these periods of aka quote unquote a bear market are usually the projects that are doing very well when the tides turn. So that's something to keep in mind for sure. So today's topic, we have how to find projects with long-term potential. And what I mean with that is that they're really projects you can stay in for multiple months. For some people it's weeks, long term. For everyone it's different. But because space is moving so fast, I'll just take months or even years. Yeah, so the number one thing where I bet on if I make a long-term investment in an NFT project is the founders. So if you look at the founders, like, who are they? Are they doxed? Are they undoxed? Do they have a track record or anything else? Like, have they shown the world already what they're made of? Like, if they're experienced entrepreneurs, they tend to do better than unexperienced entrepreneurs that haven't really showed the world yet what they can do. So if you find a team or founders with a solid track record, it definitely gives faith, and it really makes people want to invest into the project if they see what the founders are made of. So yeah, like, to have an example for it, I took the project Colemans Universe. And the reason why I want to talk about Colemans Universe is because the things I've got on my list, I can really compare them with this project. And yeah, it shows that I'm bullish on it as well. Like, I really see what they're building. So let's get into it. Colemans Universe. Yeah, so the founder is Danny Gonzalez, aka Coolman Coffeedine, and what you can see here, like, who is Coolman Coffeedine? Well, is an artist, Los Angeles, who's gained popularity through its surreal, humorous and crudely drawn animations, with over 9.5 million combined followers across his socials. So what you can see is, like, Danny has been animating his NFTs for years, and he's got like 9.5 million followers, which definitely already shows something that he has been building on stuff for many years, and then he launches an NFT project with his brand. It really shows that the artist is capable of building stuff. And it's definitely a good sign for us as NFT investors to see what these founders have done already. So, it's really something to keep in mind with this. All right, so the second topic that I've got on my list is the community. NFT communities are so important. They are like the heart of the project, because if an NFT project doesn't have a community, or like not a strong one at least, they not tend to last long. So if you think about like a community, what makes a strong community of an NFT project? If you go on Twitter and you see a bunch of people, with the NFTs PFP, in this case, Colemans PFP, you join the Discord, and you don't have these conversations with moon boys that go like, oh, let's make a 10x, let's make a 20x. But you really see that these people are involved with the project, and you have good conversations with them, and you can have good conversations with them. And you also see that these people that you've been talking to are also actually very like people that have been into NFTs for a longer period of time, and they really know what they're talking about. Like, you really feel like you can belong there, and you also notice the energy that's living in the Discord, and that the project is giving the people. So yeah, community is very important, and it really makes strong communities will give value to the project long term. And also for yourself, like if you've been very involved with an NFT project and you've really joined their community and been talking with people on Twitter, join Twitter spaces, get to know people, it really makes the project stronger from the inside, because people talk about it and people see what type of person you are, and what type of people that are in the community. So it's definitely gives a lot of value. So the third topic, which makes an NFT a good long-term hold, is what type of utility does the NFT give you as a holder? For example, airdrops. If you hold the NFT, you get an airdrop in the future, which is a different NFT than the NFT that you hold. It's definitely something that gives value. Are they building a game behind it, which is normally have seen those projects that build play to earn games behind their NFTs. That it's a whole different strategy that you need for it, but it's definitely a utility. Do they allow staking? And if they allow staking, is it actually good, or is it just BS? Does it give you access to certain groups? Does it give you access to certain in real life events? Does it give you access to even a very strong community, or people like with people that really know what they're talking about? It's all like those types of utility that give value to the NFT. So yes, to keep these utilities in mind, they're definitely important, especially for long-term holds. If you see, if you check the roadmap of the project and you really think like, whoa, they're actually going to pull it off, or like the team is building very, very hard, and you see that these utilities are coming true or becoming more valuable, that's a good thing. So keep this in mind, and then let's go to the next one. So the socials. And what I mean with the socials, like how does the project do its marketing? And they are, if you look at it, NFT projects are businesses. And with marketing, I don't mean all these NFT scams that just like post a bunch of stuff on Instagram and they just want to mint out. No, I'm talking about how does the team and how does the NFT project communicate with its holders and followers, and how is their engagement? Are they active on Twitter? Are they active on any other socials? Like, are they really trying to build brand awareness for their project? Not just in the beginning, and during the project. It really shows if they keep doing having a lot of engagement, being very active on the socials. It really shows their long-term vision. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. So if you take these four things, the founders, the community, the utility, and the socials, and they all come together very well, then you truly see projects thrive. Like it can be unreal. Like that is when blue chip projects are being created. And it's really something that you need to keep looking out for projects that enter the space and start developing on all these fields, and they're really building something. And it's just, you will notice once these projects are really turning into blue chips. But the sad thing is, many of the time, like in many cases, you will probably already be priced out of the projects. So yes, that is where the skill of trading NFTs is coming into, is to find these projects very early on and having the conviction to hold those plays. And that's where the true beauty of trading NFTs comes from. Because if you develop this instinct, yeah, it's pretty much an instinct. It's this gut feeling. You get it by, you know, being into, having been into hundreds of projects, having wasted tens of ETH, or, you know, it's, you know, really the cost of learning. You really start developing the skill set. And, you know, by having this layout right now, I'm really trying to give you an insight of where to look at when you're scouting projects for long-term potential. So for example, if I take Colemans Universe and I look at the founders, I see Danny and the team build something very cool. I check their community. The community is very strong. Like, there aren't many moon boys in it. You know, the community has been developing very organically, which is a good sign. They've got a lot of Twitter engagement. They've been doing a bunch of marketing, which is great. Like, not in marketing, I mean like in real life events. They're really building utility for their holders by, you know, maybe a potential airdrop in the future, merch. And what I also really like is that they really tend to under-promise but over-deliver. And it's really something that keeps those flippers out of the project. And it really gives people a chance to position themselves for the long run. That's why I choose Colemans Universe as an example. Yes, I do own a few Colemans, but I also own a few, you know, I hold like, I don't know, a few hundred NFTs, so it doesn't really matter what I talk about. It just, you know, Colemans came to mind when I wanted to talk about these fundamental things, because I truly believe that Coleman has them all. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you want to see more content, subscribe to the channel. This is one of my first videos, so, you know, I'm starting to get there a little bit. I'm getting better every day. But if you want to follow me on my Twitter, my name is MysticNFT. And if you leave your Ethereum address below in the comments, I am giving away 0.05 ETH to a lucky person if you subscribe and follow me on Twitter. So that's something cool. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.